That's hit deep into left, and that's out of here. Safe.
We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Jeffco softball. Come see what you're missing.
Sunny skies and beautiful weather here today for softball on JCTV. It's Jefferson College, as always, taking on Mineral Area College this afternoon, and that first one from Jordan Crisp is ball number 1 for Jeffco. And it's Kayla Usher to lead things off for Mac, as she takes ball number 2. Should have a great matchup this afternoon, as we have a wind blowing in from out in center field. And there's strike 1, 2-1 on Usher. And the 2-1 is low for ball 3. And that's in there for a strike, so a full count to Usher. And Jeffco's record on the year, 23-15 overall. The Vikings 5-3 in Region 16 play and 9-3 in conference play, as there's a strikeout for out number 1. Crisp getting Usher swinging. And Marilyn Okindo, the second baseman today for the Mac Cardinals, will stand in. And Mac with an overall record of 21-12, as that's foul. The Cardinals 10-2 in the region and 8-2 in conference. So, as I mentioned, a great matchup today. Two of the better teams in the region and conference. Low for a ball. As that wind picks up, and that's fouled back. Ball 2, 1-2 on Okindo. And Jordan Crisp, Vikings pitcher, 10-5 on the season. The 1.78 ERA, a very good year for Crisp. And another strikeout for Crisp. Second of the inning, 2 outs. She put that one right on the outside corner and caught Okindo looking. And there's strike 1 to Jessica Bartlett. Bartlett playing right today for Mac. And that one's low, ball 1. So 2 out here in the top of the first inning. No score between Jefferson College and Mineral Area. This one's hit into left, and Natalie Sago makes the catch. We're going to the bottom of the first. Vikings will hit in just a moment. Natalie Sago leads things off for the Vikings here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. And Kayla Roos on the mound, and she gets strike number 1. At the start of play, Sago hitting .321 on the season, 3 home runs this year, 20 RBIs, as she swings and fouls that one right back. So 0-2. It's finally looking like softball weather out here at the softball field in Hillsboro. Cold temperatures this morning, but it's warmed up quite nicely. And Sego drives that and off the glove of the second baseman, and she'll be on with a leadoff hit. Marilyn Okendo made a stab at it, but just off her glove, and Sego's over at first, and Courtney Dosa will stand in for the Vikings. The Vikings' first baseman. She takes ball 1. And that's ball 2. Ball 3. So Dosa getting ahead in the count here. 3-0. It's Sego at first. No one out and no score here in the bottom of the first inning between Jeffco and Mack. And Dosa takes strike 1, taken all the way there on the 3-0 count. The 3-1 from Roos is fouled to the right over Mack's dugout. And Sego off with the pitch. Dosa hits that, and that will fall to the wall for a hit. Sego coming around, and she will score, and Dosa in at second with the RBI double. Vikings on top, 1-0. You hear the cheering from the Viking dugout. Some discussion from the dugout over there in Mack, but it's 1-0 Vikings. Dosa at second, and there's ball 1 to Caitlin McCullum. As that wind kicks in from the outfield, there's strike 1, 1-1. That one foul, out of play. McCullum with 10 RBIs on the year. Showing bunt, pulls back to 1-2, outside, 2-2. So the Vikings lead it 1-0 early on here after the double by Dosa, and full count. And still no outs here in the bottom of the first. And there's a walk for McCullum, so 2 on and no out for the cleanup hitter, Christy Gamerick. High and inside, ball 1 to Gamerick. Gamerick with 10 RBIs on the year as well, and taking strike 1 there, 1-1, 286 average, and 14 hits in 49 trips to the plate. And that one's fouled back, strike 2. Vikings on top of the Cardinals here, 1-0 in the bottom of the first, and 2 on, threatening yet again. And Gamerick, that one will get through for a hit. And the bases are loaded. And it's Molly Currington, Vikings catcher. And this is the hitter the Vikings want at the plate, Currington, leading the team in home runs with 6. Here comes the 0-1 from Bruce, and that's in there for strike 2, outside corner. And she strikes out swinging. So Currington retired for out number 1. And here's Brittany Martin, Vikings shortstop this afternoon. So 1 out now. Vikings lead at 1-0. Bases still loaded. And there's ball 1. And ball 2. So Dosa at third, McCullum at second, Gamerick at first. And 1 out. And that's low. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Dosa to make a play toward home. And here we go, 3-0, a hitter's count for Martin with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. And there's a strike. Martin taking all the way, 3-1. And that's foul, out of play. Martin hitting .383. 8 RBIs on the season. And 36 hits. Third on the team as that's grounded to second, mishandled, and everyone's safe, and the Vikings score another run, 2-0. So Dosa comes in to score. And it's still bases loaded and 1 out for Hannah Bolin, Vikings center fielder. There's a strike to Bolin. And Bolin hits that to right, and that's over the head of the right fielder. 1 run will score. And it will be 3 runs scoring for the Vikings. Bases clearing triple for Bolin. And the Vikings on top now, 5-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Still only 1 out. And Brittany Ponder, Vikings third baseman, chance to drive in 1 more as that's way high, and here comes Bolin. She's safe. 6-0, Jeffco leads it. So Bolin scoring on the wild pitch. And as the umpire cleans off the plate, Ponder steps back in. So the Vikings scoring 6 runs here so far in the bottom of the first. And there's a hit up the middle. Brittany Ponder on. And now it's Caitlin Bowman for the Vikings. Bowman playing right this afternoon. And the Jeffco bats coming alive. And there's still only one out. That one's called for strike one. And the Cardinals will come in to talk things over at the mound, and as they do, we'll take a quick break here on JCTV. Vikings lead it 6-0. And we're about ready to get back underway after the conference at the mound. It's Caitlin Bowman for the Vikings. Vikings on top 6-0. And Bowman trying to lay down the bunt, but it's foul. Bowman with a .362 average at the start of play, and this one's hit the first, and there's out number 2, but Ponder advancing. And she's at second now. And we're back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the first, so the Vikings bat around. And it's Natalie Sago who singled and scored to lead things off. And that riser a little high for ball number 1 to Sago. There's strike one. 1-1. And Sago held up. That's ball 2. 2-1. So it's Ponder on second. 2 outs. Vikings on top 6-0. 5 hits in the inning for Jeffco. And that one high and outside. So it's 3-1. Sago getting the sign from head coach Tony Cook over there at third. And the 3-1 from Roos is hit back. It hits Roos. And Sago made it close, but that's the 3rd out. But the Vikings score 6 and lead it 6-0. We'll be right back with the second on JCTV. Top 2, Vikings lead it 6-0. This one's popped and out of play. It's Hannah Hummel at the plate for Mineral Area. Jordan Crisp back to work for the Vikings. And what a first inning for the Vikings offense. 6 runs, 5 hits. This one's popped, same place, right over our heads. That's strike 2. And a couple of the spectators playing. They're helping get those softballs back onto the field to play. And some very gusty winds here at times, and part of that fence out there in right field is that's a ball. You can possibly see it, but part of that fence out in right field is falling off with the wind. And there's a strikeout for Crisp, her 3rd. And Amy Algier now for Mack. That one a little low. And there's ball 2. So Algier hung up on that one, or held up. And that's ball 3, so Crisp getting behind here. Algier, the third baseman for the Cardinals, and that's strike 1. And this one slugged into the left center, and there's a hit. So Algier on with a single. And here is Kelly Cruz. Cruz playing first today for the Cardinals. And that one in there for strike 1. Well, there's one out here in the top of the second, and Vikings on top 6-0. Strike 2 as Cruz swings through that one. And that one inside. Cruz had to get out of the way of that just a bit. So 1-2. And Cruz with a rocket off the top of the Mac dugout. That's foul. So we'll do it again. The 1-2 to Cruz is popped. Backing out of play. Nice crowd on hand for the game. And there's ball 1. Or ball 2, excuse me. So it's 2-2 here on Cruz. 1 out, runner on. Full count. And that one passed Vikings third baseman for a hit. So 2 on and 1 out. And Danielle Kempfey stands in for the Cardinals. Head coach Tony Cook reminding the Vikings of force at third, as that is foul for strike 1. And that one looked to slip out of the hand of Crisp, and that's a ball. So Crisp starting things off in the inning with a strikeout, but a couple of singles back to back. And the bunt fouled back. Strike 2. 1-2. And that last single from Cruz, a hot shot right past the glove of Brittany Ponder over there at third. That one was hit hard. And this one, and the catch is made. That's out number 2. Caitlin McCullum with a nice play right behind the second base bag. And Kaylin Boyer will hit for the Cardinals. Mac catcher this afternoon. So 2 outs and 2 on. That one low, ball 1. Ball 2, low again. So the Vikings, 23-15 overall in the year. Another good season. And that one in the dirt for ball 3. And after this game, the Vikings have one more home game this season. It's against Lincoln Trail on April 16th, a 2 p.m. start to the doubleheader. And there's a walk, so bases will be loaded with 2 outs for Katie Roberts. So if you can, come on out and catch that last home game on the 16th. Ball one. And the Vikings with a couple road tournaments coming up. The next one, April 10th and 11th in Ottumwa, Iowa. That's over for strike one, right down the middle there. And in that tournament, the Vikings will face North Central and Merrimack, as well as Colby and Indian Hills. So quite a few games coming up, as that's foul for strike two. But again, only one home game left after this one. Lincoln Trail on the 16th. But we'd always like to remind you, you can catch all of the games we have aired here on JCTV this year on our website at jeffco.edu, as there's a strikeout for strike three from Crisp. So Mack threatened, but was not able to get any runs across the plate. Vikings lead at 6-0. We'll be right back. Vikings first baseman Courtney Dosa will start things off here in the bottom of the second. She takes ball one. Dosa drove in the Vikings' first run of the day back in the first, driving in Natalie Sago on that double. Out of play, pop back. And a nice first inning by Jeffco, scoring 6 runs. And quite a few big hits, but the biggest hit, the bases clearing triple by Hannah Bolin, and that one gets through for a single for Courtney Dosa. Dosa, the freshman from California. You may hear some of the fans with their nicknames. Hers appears to be Cali, as in California. Lompoc, California, that is where Dosa comes to Hillsboro from. Caitlin McCollum takes strike one. McCollum walked and scored back in the first. 1-1 now after a ball in the dirt. And there's a hit. Dosa will be in at third, and McCollum in at second with a double. Christy Gamerick now. Vikings cleanup hitter. Mentioned nicknames, they call her G. And Gamerick taking ball one. Gamerick singled and scored in that big rally in the first, and she gets into this one. Hit deep into center, and the catch is made. And McCollum is out. She went a little too far on that one. That one looked like it might have gotten out of here, but the catch was made, and they get McCollum at second. So a double play there for Mack, getting 2. Dosa's still at third, though, and there is a hit, and Dosa will score the Vikings' 7th run of the day. Currington driving in the run with a single. That's Dosa's 2nd run scored. Vikings lead at 7-0. Brittany Martin now. And Martin ropes this one into center. There's a hit. So 2 on and 2 outs. Hannah Bolin is the hitter. And as I mentioned earlier, Bolin with a 3 RBI triple back in the first. And as Roos walks off for Mack, looks like a new pitcher's coming in. So the new pitcher for the Cardinals, it's Robin Pashaya taking over for Roos. And there's a ball to Bolin. So the Vikings threatening again here with 2 runners on in the top of the second. Bolin pulls back that bunt, and that one's in there for a strike. So it's 3-1 here on Bolin. Martin at first, Currington at second. Bolin down the line, that's foul. Vikings on top here, 7-0. As that wind picks up, blowing in from center field. And that fly out from Christy Gamerick earlier in the inning likely would have been out of here if that wind wasn't so strong coming in, but the bases are loaded again, as well as Bolin gets a walk. And it's Brittany Ponder. Ponder shows that bunt, she pulls back, and that one, did it hit her? Ump says it did. Vikings get their 8th run. So Currington comes in to score on the hit by pitch from Ponder. And as that wind kicks up, one of the MAC coaches will go out to the mound and have a chat with Pashia. And Caitlin Bowman is the hitter for Jeffco. Bases loaded here. There's strike 1. And 2 outs. And Bowman into right. Scores 1 more for the Vikings. So the RBI single by Bowman puts the Vikings on top, 9-0. And the base is still loaded for Natalie Sego. So the Vikings batted around in the first, and if Sego can reach, they'll bat around here in the second. There's ball 1. And that was Brittany Martin coming around to score on the single by Bowman. That one way high outside. And that's ball 3. So Sego ahead in the count here. 3-0. Bases loaded. Vikings on top, 9-0. And with the walk, the Vikings will bring in their 10th run of the afternoon. Sego with the RBI, and we are back to Dosa. So the Vikings bat around in the first and the second. And Dosa gets into this one, but the wind should hold that in. In fact, it comes in a lot farther than I thought, and the Vikings will score 2 more. 12-0. So 2 more RBIs for Dosa, and McCollum stands in with 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. $11-0 Vikings on top. That's called for a strike. And McCollum doubled earlier in the inning and scored outside. And the inning's over after a call by the ump. So it's the top of the third here. There's a strike from Crisp. Ball 2. Vikings on top here, 12-0. And the call to end the last half inning was that the runner left too early, so that was the 3rd out. So it's 2-2 here on the MAC hitter Usher, and that's popped foul. And Usher, and the catch is made. Martin makes the catch. That was Bolin coming in to make that catch. 1 out. So ball 1 to Marilyn Okendo. Ball 2. That one to short, and the out's made. Martin making the pick over to Dosa for out number 2. And here's Jessica Bartlett, right fielder. That one was high. And that's ball 2. And that's popped. Out of play. So here comes a 2-1. And that one's foul. Ball 3 there. So 3-2 here on Bartlett. And that one popped back. So Bartlett hanging in there. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning, and Vikings on top 12-0. A couple of big innings for the Jefferson College Bats. And here comes the 3-2 from Crisp. Grounded to 3rd. Ponders got it. Over to Dosa for the 3rd out. Vikings on top, 12-0. Be right back on JCTV. It's been a great performance so far from the mound, from the plate for the Vikings. They lead at 12-0. And it's the bottom of the 3rd. Caitlin McCullum still at the plate. She was up last inning when that call was made that the runner left too early for the 3rd out. And the 1-2 high ball to 2-2 now. McCullum pops it up. And that's out of play. Just over the fence. McCullum's been on base a couple times. She's doubled, she's walked. The 2-2. And it's hit to short. And it's knocked down. And she's safe. Ump says first baseman off the bag. So the throw pulled Cruz off the bag a bit, and McCullum is on. And here's Gamerick. As that wind starts up again. There's still no one out here. Bottom of the 3rd. (2-0), and that one's ball 3. Ball 4. A walk for Gamerick. And 2 on here. Molly Currington. And that one's in there for strike number 1. And there's strike 2. And it's still Robin Pascia on the mound for Mac. She took over for Kayla Roos back in the 2nd. And that one was a bit high. It's 2-2 on Currington and 2 on. No outs. And Currington, but that's caught. And a double play as the liner's caught. And then they got McCollum at second, but Gamerick got back to first. Brittany Martin now will hit with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss there. Strike 2. So Vikings on top 12-0. The mercy rule certainly applies. Normally these games would go 7, but if they have at least an 8-run lead, this game will end in the 5th. And Mac has some work to do if they want this game to extend beyond the 5th, as this one is popped left side, and the catch is made in foul ground for out number 3. Vikings lead at 12-0. We'll be right back on JCTV. Hannah Hummel will lead things off here for Mac, and this one is hit deep into left center, and that's out of here. So the Cardinals are on the board after a solo home run from Hummel. And she was lucky enough to get a hold of that one when the wind happened to have died down. So it's 12-1. And Amy Algier. There's ball 1. That one's fouled back, so it's 1-1 here. Algier singled in the second, and she was standing in third. The bases were loaded that inning, but the Vikings got out of that one. That one off the glove of Ponder. Algier going for second, and she'll be in there. So the Cardinals getting some offense going here in the 4th. There's a strike to Kelly Cruz. A solo home run from Hummel and then a double from Algier, and it's 1-1 on the Cardinals' first baseman. And Cruz drives this into center, and that's going to fall. So 2 on, no outs. And that one fell in front of Hannah Boland, so no chance for Algier to advance on the play. And Coach Cook reminding the Vikings there's a force at third. The bunt is popped up and caught, so there's out number 1. Crisp, nice play there to come in and get that first out. Kaylin Boyer is the hitter for Mac. There's strike 1 to Boyer. That one's outside. 1-1. And that's ball 2. 2-1 on Boyer. And Boyer to second. And the call is safe from the ump. And Tony Cook is going to talk things over with the Vikings. Vikings lead at 12-1. We will take a break on JCTV. So the bases are loaded here with one out in the top of the fourth. Katie Roberts at the plate for the Cardinals. That hits the inside corner for strike one. Vikings on top 12-1, but the Cardinals threatening here with the bases loaded. Popped up, and the catch is made for out number 2. So Currington makes the catch in foul ground and 2 outs. It's the top of the order now for the Cardinals, Kayla Usher. That one was high. So 2 outs here with the bases loaded. And that's in there for strike. So 1-1. Nice play by Currington to prevent that one from going to the backstop and likely scoring a run for Mack. And Dosa makes the play, and that's the 3rd out. Vikings lead at 12-1. We'll be right back on JCTV. It's Hannah Bolin for the Vikings. She takes strike one. Bolin with 3 RBIs this afternoon. Part of that big rally as Bolin drives this to left. And that one will get down. Bolin in there with a double. As the Vikings giving a cheer to Hannah Bolin after her double. Brittany Ponder now takes strike one. There's the bunt. And the out is made at first, but advancing on the play is Bolin. She's at third now. Caitlin Bowman will be the hitter for Jeffco. Vikings on top here, 12-1. They'll have the chance to close it out in the 5th. And the Vikings look to add a couple more here. It's Bolin on third, 1 out. And this one will fall, and that's the 13th run of the day for the Vikings. RBI for Caitlin Bowman, her 2nd hit of the afternoon. And another run scored for Bolin. So Bowman drives in Bolin, and it's Natalie Sago. Strike one. Sago pops this left side, and that's out of play. Off the dugout. Sago been on base a couple times today, a single and a walk. And Sago drives that to left center. That will fall. She's on first. Bowman over to second. And it's Dosa. 3 for 3 She's had a couple of doubles and a single. 3 RBIs. And there's ball 1. Dosa skies this, left center, over near left, and the catch is made. Kempfey made the catch for Mack. And now it's Caitlin McCullum for Jeffco. And McCullum been on base 3 times. She walked in the first and doubled in the second and singled in the third. And that's hit the third. And third out of the innings made as the force play is made at third. Vikings lead at 13-1. We'll look to close things out here in the 5th. We'll be right back on JCTV. It's the top of the 5th. That's ball 1 from Jordan Crisp. So the Vikings lead at 13-1. There's strike 1. Marilyn Oquendo is the hitter for the Mineral Area Cardinals. And that one's a hit. Oquendo rounding first, but she'll stay put with a single. So again, top of the 5th here. The mercy rule is an 8-run lead. Vikings lead it by 12, 13-1. So Jeffco can get a win here in the top of the 5th, but Oquendo leading things off with a hit, so the Cardinals will try to add a few runs here and see if they could cut that lead to 8 or less. It's Jessica Bartlett at the plate. Ball 2. So Crisp having a very good day for the Vikings pitcher, as Bartlett drives that to left center, and what a play! But it pops out of the glove of Sego, but they still get the out at second. And so Sego diving, the ball popped out of her glove. It looked like she had made the catch, but the ball did pop out. But of course, the Vikings then getting the force at second. So that was out number 1. So Bartlett is now on first. And here is Hummel. Hummel accounting for the Cardinals' only run of the day on a solo home run back in the 4th. That's high. Ball 2. So 2-1 from Crisp. Foul. And so that home run by Hummel, the only run so far for the Cardinals. They've threatened, they've had the bases loaded and have had runners on in other situations, but Crisp and the Vikings have always been able to get out of it as Hummel is hit and will go to first. And head coach Tony Cook will bring things in at the mound. Vikings lead at 13-1. We'll be right back. 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Jeffco has the chance to win it here in the 5th inning, leading by 12. Amy Algier And that was ball 1 in the dirt. And that one's low for ball 2. So 2-0 here on Algier. And she drives that to right. But the catch is made. 2 down, and nice throw over to third by Bowman out there in right. So Mac down to its last out here. And there's strike 1. And ball 1 to Kelly Cruz. It's 1-1. Cruz up the middle, there's a base hit. Here comes the throw, and they got the runner hung up. They scored the second run, but she's hung up and she's out. And that will do it. Vikings win it 13-2. And thanks a lot for watching Viking softball here on JCTV. We'll catch you next time.